Hi there everyone, this is KTV, I'm Kindred Formula 1 UK, and this is my review of Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor. Alright, so let's get started. I didn't know a lot about this game, to be honest. I've got a few friends who play it, but I hadn't reviewed it or anything. So it basically starts off with you fighting your son, just learning the basics. At this point in time, and quite a lot through it, felt a little bit like a game called Rise, which is where you play a Roman soldier and you find hordes of sort of enemies, but in the same style, with countering attacks and then fighting back. So at this point, he's just sort of fighting with his son, doing some training, and then he jumps straight into a fight that he's having with an orc in the same place. Now, I don't really follow Lord of the Rings. If you do, you probably like it. It's all about that kind of thing. This is a bit of cinematic, me fighting the orcs, and then I sort of just learned a few things about it, skipped through it. This is a bit where he rocks up on his wife, and I actually skipped the cinematic. So when I got to the next bit, which is around about here, I didn't really know what happened and why we were suddenly alone, and it was a night. So in this bit, you've got to sort of stealthily take down these orcs. So there's the first one. He gets stabbed in the face, and you move on to the next one. Fairly easy, a little bit like Assassin's Creed in that sense. That when you're in stealth, he won't hear you. Couldn't work out where this third guy had gone. So looking around for a while, thinking, yeah, I know he's here because it says he's here, but where the hell is he? Oh, there he is. Right, let's go stab this guy up. So another cinematic, basically. Couple of people who, if you're a fan of the sort of genre, then you'll know who they are. I don't have a clue. I basically just get battered to the ground. His wife gets kidnapped, and some guy with a huge mace starts taking it to me. So you just get smashed all over a little bit, and eventually, I'm assuming killed, and your hands crushed too. Because whenever you die, you come here, and you end up being some sort of spirit, and you hit this reforge, and you're in this tower. Now this happens every time you die. So from this point, you sort of swan dive off here, and you end up being, a man again, which is weird. That's the old leader. So you can go into like a sort of spirit state where you can fire arrows and stuff like that. This is me, basically, first time I've done this, so trying to fire arrows. That doesn't really work, and they come at you. So the fighting, like I said, if you've ever played Rise or you've seen Rise, it is a lot like that. So you sort of countering, button bashing X, a lot of button bashing. Every time you fight someone, it's pretty much the same now. I'm assuming that at some point, it's nice, kick him off the side. At some point, you will learn extra skills. Now, kick that guy off the side and matrix kick. You can! At some point, you will probably learn other skills. Now, I played this one for a bit longer than I normally do, considering that I didn't think it was going to be for me. But you know what? It's actually alright. Talking to a ghost. So yeah, you talk to this ghost a bit and he says, what do you want to do? I don't know. What I'll probably do is, I will grab this thing's head and in a spirit sort of form, and that will allow me to find out information about the captains. Which is something that I'll show you in a minute. So you basically, when I could grasp what the hell I was doing, you get information out of them by grabbing the head in this like spirit form. and the information you want to get is all about the captains. There's like 10 plus captains, and to do it, you've got to, as well as story missions, you've also got to kill these captains. So these are the captains. Now, you don't know anything about them or what they look like yet, because you don't have any intel about them, so that's why you're grabbing this guy's head to figure out who they are, what they look like, and more importantly, where they are. Which on that little map it shows you that's where that one is. And then you can select that as a target, and then you go towards them. I'm guessing you've got to kill all the orcs before you complete the game. Oh, Ghost's back. As well as doing all the story missions. I mean, a lot of the captains are actually where the story is. So obviously you'll naturally be there around about the time he is. Now, ran through a little bit and thought, YOLO, just jump in. Let's see what's going on. Didn't really realise that I was probably quite outnumbered, and there was pretty much too many orcs taking me down at the same time. So I don't really know if that's a good idea to sort of just jump in. Here's a captain showed up, which in a minute another one shows up, which is even worse. I don't really know if that's a good idea, because although you can just keep countering them, hitting them, bigger enemies come at the same time. I've took on probably a little bit more than I can chew at this point in the game, where I haven't really ranked up or anything like that. But in any case, I give it a good go and I get smacked all over and headbutted in the face. So I get thrown on the floor, and you've got an opportunity in a minute right now to sort of put the cursor into the middle of there. I don't know what's going on, so I'm just moving the L around. And I don't really figure it out in time. So on this one, oh, I did. Right, yeah. So on this one I did. So I get back up, but there's at least one captain there, and I get nailed again. So I'm down again. So one of them's going to pick this up, and I don't think didn't work out what to do on that one. So I get killed, and that's the captain. So at this point, I skipped through a little bit more, and I thought, you know what? I do actually like this game, contrary to what everyone will think I'll say. It's alright, it's just not my kind of game, but it is worth playing. If you like this kind of thing, if you're a fan of role-player games and things like that, or, Lord of the Rings, then I would probably recommend it for you. It just wasn't for me. Well, there's me sneaking and attacking a guy. I'm not a big fan of sneaking games, anyway, that's just not my thing. But if you do like that kind of stuff, it's alright. So right now I am in a stronghold. Now I'm literally just searching for captains, trying to figure out where they are so I can kill them, because I know that's something that you have to do anyway. They'll sneak and attack that guy and he gets nailed as well. It's a good idea to take out archers, because they're always up high and they use as spotters. I don't know what these beehive things are, but I think, you know what, I'll probably shoot them, and that will kill loads of people down there. It didn't, but I don't know if that's because there's nobody underneath it. So I drop down like a fool right in the middle of it, and think, no, let's not do that, let's climb back up. So it's got a bit of, again, a bit of an Assassin's Creed feel, as you can actually climb up, which is good, I like that. Bit of free running. Drop down again like an idiot because I pressed the wrong button, and I think, oh, maybe I'll stalk some people. But yeah, you can climb up most stuff, which is good, because normally games like this, right, about 15 people just see me, so I'm gonna run up here. Normally games like this, that's not the case, and you end up being on the ground with no escape. But like I said, they've gone a little bit Assassin's Creed, which is good. So what I'm doing here, I'm gonna try and run away, because I know a lot of people can see me, and I thought, let's not drop down and get killed like last time. So I don't. In the wall, there's an arrow. If you pick that up, you can do that sort of spirit arrow. Right. So then I moved on a bit and think, yep, let's just again, YOLO, just dive in, just start taking people down, and see what ensues. Again, it's exactly the same as in the fighting is pretty much always the same, especially when there's a lot of them around and you haven't got time to sort of take them down on the floor, because you can do executions and things like that. But at every minute, there is always somebody trying to hit you, which is why it keeps coming up with Y all the time, because that's you telling you need to counter, or you don't get killed. But it it just feels like now they just keep coming and they keep coming, and it probably will end, but it just feels like it's a little bit a little bit never ending. In that they just keep coming and coming. When you're trying to kill a captain, it's really annoying, because there's just so many of them, and just trying to hit you one after the other, and it just seemed to take a long time. Now I know it's a stronghold, and I know there's going to be a lot in, but it doesn't really matter if you're sort of outside. They would just alert each other and just keep coming all the time, and I just got a little bit bored of sort of button bashing it like this, as you'll see over and over again. Kicked another guy off. That's pretty cool. And now I'm getting smacked again. I can't. That you just saw was me trying to grab a guy's face. This is probably me going to get knocked out again. Yep, that probably hurt. Grab a guy's face. Ah, right. This is interesting. That orc isn't even a captain, but because he killed me, he now kills a lesser captain and becomes a captain. So if you get killed a lot, you're just making the captain stronger. See how he's just took that captain's place. So if you get killed a lot, you're just gonna make the other captains massive. So I suppose you've got to be more careful than I was, and sort of not jump in like an absolute idiot straight away, because it's not gonna help you. So I picked a new target. That's this kid. I've gone to where I know this other captain is, because it showed me on the map. It's basically said you need to kill all the archers, which is what I'm doing. That again is those sort of spirit arrows. You pick them because otherwise you have to wait for it to charge up. They're just randomly in there. Then you can do this and kill them spiritually. If that makes any sense. Didn't to me when I've said it. So this is me just sort of jumping on to this captain, because trying to kill him. I didn't really pick that many missions up, to be fair. I just went straight for the captains because I thought that was probably the coolest thing. Then you just end up fighting. Again, you fight loads of people trying to kill the captain. I tried to not get downed as much as I did on the other ones on this bit, but didn't do the best, but it's alright. So yeah, I mean, sort of to summarise, this game's okay. I'm going to give it, although Revive won't think I'd say this, but I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. You could probably play it for quite a long time. You know, if I didn't have other stuff to do, I probably would spend a lot of time on it. It is one of those games where you will probably get into it. I'd play it. I'd definitely rent it, see what you think. If you're on a rental service like I am, which is why I go through them so quickly, it is worth giving it a go. It's not for me, but that's not to say that it wasn't good, and longevity is not too bad. I can't remember. At this point, did I figure out what? Yeah, I figured out what I was doing, so I didn't get my head cut off. And did a dragon uppercut on him. Yeah, so yeah, it's okay. I'd recommend it. And no, I don't think I'll say that, but there you go. I've said it. I don't know if this was as positive as I said I would be. Probably not, because I'm literally doing this live while watching it. But there you go. So this is Kindred 411 UK, and I'm on KTV, and that was my review of Shadow of Mordor. I hope you liked it. Peace!